Greetings, cherished listener, and welcome to your tranquil sleep story. My name is Asim, and it's my distinct honor to be the voice guiding you to slumber tonight. In this evening's tale, we'll encounter three delightful characters: a sweet little girl named Alice and her companions, a wise owl and a kind bear. It's a simple, endearing story where grand events are few, but it offers charming life lessons and immensely cozy, soothing settings. Before we dive in, as always, if this video brings you peace, please tap that like button. It genuinely helps us continue crafting these stories for you. Also, please share your thoughts in the comments. This particular story was inspired by a suggestion from a couple of our younger listeners, specifically a little girl named Alice and her brother Alexander. So kids, this one is for you. Now, before the story unfolds, let's engage in a brief relaxation session that will last a few minutes. I'll count down from 10 to 1. And as I do, allow yourself to release tension more and more. 10. Feel the unwavering support beneath you now. Whether it's your bed, the solid floor, or the earth itself, a global home holding you, sense that steadfastness, that constant presence. 9. Allow yourself to fully comprehend that the day has concluded. Whatever has transpired has transpired. Whatever awaits tomorrow will await. 8. Let my voice be a comforting anchor for you now. You are safe. Perhaps feel a flicker of gratitude now for the gifts offered in this moment. The opportunity for deep sleep, the chance to listen to a comforting bedtime story. 7. Remember, we all deserve rest. You truly deserve this rest. Embrace this moment for its pure simplicity. 6. If you're holding tension anywhere, release it now. Whether it's in your legs, your abdomen, your face, your body has worked hard for you today. Let it truly rest, for a deep peace resides within you. It's always accessible. Allow yourself to recognize it now, to tap into it. Allow yourself to feel completely soothed by that realization. 5. I'd like you to begin envisioning a very inviting woodland in your mind's eye now, a truly cozy forest. Start to paint that vivid picture for yourself. 4. Any lingering tension simply melts away now. You are safe. You can let go. 3. Allow your imagination to be completely open now, ready to absorb this story of the bear, the owl, and Alice. Once upon a time, in a wonderfully cozy forest where gentle streams whispered ancient secrets to the breeze and hummed soft lullabies, lived a sweet little girl named Alice. Alice resided with her loving granny in a small, wooden cottage that almost seemed to embrace you the moment you stepped inside. Every morning after a breakfast of warm, honey-drizzled porridge, Alice would venture into the forest to meet her dearest friends, an intelligent owl named Winston, renowned for his profound wisdom, and a big-hearted bear called Alexander, who was the most playful bear you could ever hope to meet. His laughter would echo through the forest like a joyous rumble. Together they formed an unlikely but inseparable trio, and each day promised a new adventure waiting to unfold. On this particular day, if I recall correctly, it was a Tuesday. The air was rich with the intoxicating scent of blooming wildflowers, and the forest appeared even more beautiful than usual. As Alice strolled along the familiar forest path, she felt a little ripple of excitement. Today was special, not merely because it was a Tuesday, but because she would see her friends. Winston had sent her a message via a nightingale that they were planning something extraordinary. A first day of joy, he called it. Good morning, Winston. Good morning, Alexander. Alice greeted them both as she arrived at their usual rendezvous point, a sun-dappled clearing. The tree leaves rustled as if mirroring her enthusiasm. Alexander lumbered over, his large paws thudding softly on the forest floor, while Winston gracefully swooped down from his high perch, landing elegantly on a tree stump. "Good morning, Alice," they chorused. Winston's feathers were slightly ruffled with anticipation, and Alexander's eyes sparkled like tiny stars. And so the preparations commenced. Alexander had gathered an abundance of berries, and Winston eagerly anticipated sharing all sorts of captivating stories. But what truly took Alice's breath away was the unique creation the owl and the bear had fashioned. A simple yet enchanting canopy woven from vines and vibrant flowers, suspended from the trees, creating a magical space in the center of the clearing. This was the perfect spot to begin their day of joy. Indeed, the three friends were simply inseparable. When they were together, everything felt right with the world, and even if things didn't go precisely as planned, as a trio, they could overcome anything. Today was destined to be the most special day they had ever shared, and so they began to walk and fly through the forest, the trees and flowers seemingly greeting them as they passed. For in this forest, everyone knew everyone. "Good morning, Alice," chirped Daisy the daisy. "Good morning, Daisy," Alice replied. "Good morning, Alice," whispered Iris the iris. "Good morning, Iris," Alice responded. "Good morning, Alice," murmured Violet the violet. "Good morning, Violet," Alice chimed. Alexander led the way as they happily continued their stroll, each step making them feel even more relaxed, even more filled with delight at the adventure ahead. This forest was more than just a collection of trees and plants. It was a vibrant community, a home teeming with friends both grand and tiny. As they ventured deeper, even the bubbling brook that meandered through the woods seemed to acknowledge them. "Good morning, Alice, Alexander, Winston," it seemed to murmur as they passed. Alexander's heavy paws splashed a few drops of water onto some pebbles, causing them to chime like miniature bells. Winston, usually so composed, couldn't resist hooting a jovial melody. Alice, Alexander, and Winston finally reached the very heart of the forest, where the trees formed a perfect clearing, a sanctuary where sunlight poured in like golden honey. The bear began to meticulously arrange the berries he had collected earlier. Plump and succulent, they gleamed in the sunlight, a simple yet profoundly heartwarming feast. Winston, who typically showed more interest in acquiring knowledge than in food, found himself eagerly pecking at a few berries. It's incredible how something so straightforward can bring such immense joy, Alice remarked, her eyes twinkling as she surveyed the beautiful scene before her. Alexander readily agreed. It's often the simplest things that are the most precious because they come straight from the heart. Winston added his wisdom. Remember, the forest teaches us that life is a cycle and every moment is a precious gift. We should cherish these gifts and never take them for granted. The forest itself seemed to echo Winston's sagacious words, the wind rustling the leaves like a soft applause. Feeling content and enlightened, the three friends decided to play a round of hide and seek. Alexander, unsurprisingly, wasn't particularly skilled at hiding, being a bear, but he more than compensated by being an exceptionally enthusiastic seeker. Alice and Winston discovered incredible hiding spots, high in trees and tucked beneath bushes. They all laughed until their sides ached, each round of hide and seek culminating in a joyful group hug. They continued to play games throughout the day, reveling not only in each other's company, but also in the presence of the trees, the vast sky, and the other small creatures that called the forest home. But the most memorable part of the day was yet to arrive, for while these three rather enjoyed the daytime, they truly adored when the moon emerged and the stars shone brightly from above, draping the sky in a comforting blanket. The three friends were beginning to feel a little sleepy now, yet wonderfully happy in each other's company, feeling completely safe and cherished. Winston perched himself on a low-hanging branch, his eyes glittering with ancient wisdom under the moon's gentle glow. "So would you both care to hear a story from my younger days?" he inquired. Alice and Alexander nodded eagerly, their eyes wide with anticipation. "Very well," Winston began, ruffling his feathers as if preparing for an epic tale. "When I was but a fledgling, not yet wise and still exploring the night's mysteries, I grew curious about the moon. Why does it change shape, I pondered. Why does it sometimes hide and then shine so brilliantly on other nights? So young and naive, I resolved to fly as high as I possibly could to pose these questions to the moon myself." Winston paused, his gaze becoming distant as he recalled that adventurous night. "I flew higher and higher, my wings growing heavy and the air thinning, until I realized I could ascend no further. Just then, a cloud appeared beneath my tired wings and graciously offered me respite. And as I rested there on that kind, comfortable, cozy cloud, I understood the moon wasn't hiding or changing. It was simply part of a grander cycle, one that I was still too young to fully grasp." Concluding his story, Winston looked at his friends and declared, "The lesson here is that wisdom often stems from understanding our own limitations and respecting the natural cycles that are greater than us. Sometimes the questions we ask are not as crucial as the journey we undertake to discover the answers. Alice and Alexander listened intently, utterly captivated by Winston's narrative. As he finished, they felt a newfound sense of reverence for their sagacious friend and the beautiful world they inhabited. Alice looked at her friend, the owl, and said, "That's an incredible story, Winston. Thank you for sharing it." After a moment of silence, filled only by the distant hooting of another owl and the soft rustling of leaves in the nighttime breeze, Alice cleared her throat. "Would you like to hear a story of mine? It's a tale my granny told me when I was very young." Eager for another story, the bear and the owl nodded. Alexander even settled down on his haunches as if preparing for a long lesson. Alice began, "This is a story about kindness and how a small act can utterly transform someone's world. A long time ago, a tiny mouse lived in our forest. Everyone overlooked her because she was small and seemingly insignificant. One day the forest was struck by a terrible storm and a massive tree toppled, blocking the river. The entire forest was in grave danger. If the river overflowed, it would flood our homes." Her eyes widened for emphasis as she continued. "Everyone attempted to move the tree, bears, wolves, even the majestic elk, but it was simply too heavy. Just as hope began to wane, the little mouse bravely stepped forward. She nibbled and nibbled, using her minuscule teeth to cut through the smaller branches. Inspired by her courage, the other animals joined in. Working together, they finally managed to move the tree and save the forest." Alice paused, allowing her words to resonate. Before concluding, never underestimate the power of a small act of kindness or the creatures who offer it. We all have something valuable to contribute, no matter how insignificant we might perceive ourselves to be. As she finished her story, the clearing seemed to be filled with an even warmer glow, as if the moon itself was pleased with her tale. Both Alexander and Winston sat quietly, pondering the profound lessons they had just learned. Now, they began their journey back towards Alice's house, and along the way, feeling quite sleepy, Alexander the bear decided to tell his friends a very sleepy tale. The bear cleared his throat, and a deep, gentle sound seemed to resonate with the very trees around them. "I have a tale that my mama bear used to tell me," Alexander began, his voice softening as he spoke. "It's a story that brings peace and sleepiness to restless cubs. Long ago, in a distant forest much like ours, lived a cloud. This was no ordinary cloud. It was a sleepy cloud. During the day, Sleepy Cloud watched the forest animals play, learn, and explore. But at night, it had a very special job." The bear paused for effect, his eyes twinkling in the soft moonlight. Once the sky grew dark and the stars emerged, Sleepy Cloud would float gently over the homes of all the animals, sprinkling down a delicate mist. The mist possessed a magical quality. It carried the essence of lavender, of chamomile, and most importantly, the essence of dreams, the sweetest kind of dreams. Every animal touched by the mist would feel their eyes grow heavy, their hearts fill with peace, and their minds drift into the most wonderful dreams. As the bear recounted the story, his voice adopted a rhythmic quality like a lullaby dancing on the breeze. The sleepy cloud never sought thanks or recognition. It found contentment simply by bringing restful sleep to the tired souls below. And in the morning, the cloud would drift back into the sky, merging with the daylight clouds, content in the knowledge that it had granted the forest another night of peaceful sleep. The gentle and kind bear concluded his tale by saying, "Like Sleepy Cloud, we all possess a unique gift to offer, even if it's just making someone's life a little bit more peaceful or a little bit more restful. Sometimes the best gifts are the ones you can't see but can deeply feel." By the time Alexander the bear had finished his story, the three friends had almost reached Alice's home. Their hearts felt full, and their eyes were heavy with sleep. The wisdom and comfort of each other's stories enveloped them like a warm blanket, guiding them toward a truly restful night. After ensuring that little Alice was safely back in her cozy wooden home, the bear and the owl bid each other good night and went their separate ways. The bear ambled toward his own abode, a spacious den nestled against the robust roots of an ancient oak tree. A comfortable combination of leaves, moss, and soft fur formed a plush bed within the den, giving it an inviting aura. The entrance was shielded by large branches, creating a warm, private sanctuary where Alexander felt most at peace. Winston, on the other hand, took flight toward a towering pine tree where he had meticulously constructed his nest. His home was an intricate weave of twigs and soft feathers situated on a sturdy branch that afforded him a panoramic view of the forest. The nest was designed to perfectly cradle him, and from this lofty perch he could observe the moon and the stars as he settled in for the night. Alice, too, lay in her bed under a handmade quilt, lovingly stitched by her granny. Her room was softly illuminated by the golden glow of a bedside lamp, casting gentle, dancing shadows on the walls and infusing the room with warmth. As her eyes grew heavy, she thought of Alexander's sleepy cloud and Winston's wise moon, and she felt a deep gratitude for the lessons learned and the love shared among her and her friends. One by one, they each drifted into a deep, restful slumber, their dreams filled with enduring friendship, profound wisdom, and joyous new adventures awaiting them in the forest they called home. Please like this video and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more calming tales.